Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where I talk about this fast-paced world that overwhelm us every day about the connection and then connection with art and technology. What is happening recently? Every week I collect little things that what I read, what I notice, and I try to make it into editorial way to show you almost like showing myself as well because I think nowadays what the life we're living right now is such a fascinating time. Especially this episode, I want to talk about a lot of things that I noticed and realized because for the past a month or two, I feel like I'm running into circles. There are a lot of things I noticed and then I cannot put words into it. And some of the live stream, maybe you can see, I just put myself out there trying to talk about the things that interest me, but I couldn't really find the goal for it. And then sometimes I'm like, why do I do this? Do I really still passionate about all the topics I'm talking about? This week, I seem to find the answer for it. And most of time when we're rushing about doing something or this efficiency as a title I'm talking about is this industrial value that we've been taught since we're a kid if but that's also based on when human compete with human efficiency seems works pretty well if we think about we all have the same time and how we're gonna use this time to hustle to reach for the life we want. But today is not the same time with before. It's about we compete with AI or we collaborate with AI in the future. So the whole timeline seems different. And then one of my audience left a comment on one of my videos suggesting me this book. I haven't finished, as you can see. I'm like almost halfway. It is such a how can I say? It is the right time for me to read this book because it gave me so much not idea, but it triggered me to see the things that we're experiencing right now in the very like in the bigger picture. So I really hope someone can jump in and talk to me today because I feel like this is an interesting topic to discuss and maybe that we don't have the right answer, but it is I hope it's inspiring somehow a way to trigger you rethink about what the thing you're chasing and what is the life you wanted to have in this time of period. So, in short, when you think about a short vision, that when we only look at what we want to chase like a hamster wheel right now, is chasing every trend, every tool, every AI update, which I just saw online. Google just announced Google Spark. I haven't even looked into it yet. I also see Android has a new AR glasses announced. I saw a little bit of the advertising, but it really didn't get me that excited. But that's just one step, right? It's gonna accelerate very fast, and a lot of new things are gonna pop up. So when we think about the short vision, it's the news that we look at every day. And it may get us a little bit excited, may get you somehow a little bit anxious. The point is, this is the time period, special period of time that we're living in. Depends on what kind of person. Maybe you're a highly sensitive person. Maybe you're just very efficient person. You want to chase everything. But if you're just keep chasing all the updates and tools, that eventually you will feel some kind of um like running into circles that you're moving fast but you're not going anywhere. That's how I feel based on the conversation I have with a lot of my friends that are working with tech company. That's how they're feeling right now. It's like they're trying to try so many tools and figure out how to do advertising because everything is changing because of AI and the algorithm. People are noticing what they've been being brainwashed as when we're noticing how advertising was brainwashed us from the back in 90s or the time when the madman period time. So we know. So what is the big vision is knowing where we are going. So the fast world moves around you instead of drag you with it. We can slow down. That's my core for this video. We don't have to be super efficient because that's not what we're good at. We cannot be more efficient than technology and AI, but we can collaborate and work with AI somehow, find a piece, find a way to balance. And then I also find this really interesting trend on Instagram in Chinese. So I translate. So basically, they're talking about the new luxury in our period of time right now is not to showing off what kind of status or what kind of item you have, but to have the ability, to have the freedom to leave your phone not touching it for a very long time. And whoever have the luxury of time who is considered as rich somehow. So, which is really interesting. Like, look at this. There's a word called time affluence. Affluence used to mean what we own, and now it means what you protect. So, what do you protect right now in your life? Is your time, your attention? What do you pay attention to? And again, when we think about time, in this book, actually talking about the time, the definition right now is the only resource that we all consume equally. So no matter how rich or how poor, no matter who you are, what kind of status you have, you only get 24 hours a day. So you don't get more time than other people, even though you're hustling harder. So the time is the biggest resource for us. The question is, what kind of luxury do you want? Do you still want to chase the things to own and show off your status quo, your status symbols, or the new luxury that we're talking about, time, attention, slowness, and depth? Lately, because I'm reading this book, and then later I will talk a little bit into the context and then all the what is talking about. But when I see things from a bigger perspective, and then I start to feel slowing down is such a beautiful moment for me. I sit down and then read and go deep into each moment without going online. I mean, even if I go online, I don't feel that much anxious because I feel like I am living the life I want to. And efficiency was, like I said, never what human value is supposed to be. We're not supposed to be fight with each other about how efficient we are. And at the end of the day, it's a lot about connection, a lot about like when we talk about, depth, feeling, taste, vision, the specific repeatable human perspective behind the work. So the work that people create online, when we think about what makes us feel so touched and so beautiful, it's not about how efficient they create, right? Like you don't really want to see someone making one image, one art per day, and that kind of efficiency won't make you feel the depth of the work. So use your time wisely at this period of time to see things more clearly, to collect more. I know a lot of people start to go offline right now. I get the why you want to do that. And then a lot of marketing, advertising, especially fashion industry, start to make offline events. I'm actually going to an event in Tokyo on 30th for like swap your clothes and then have drink with each other. This is one of the first offline events I tend to go for a very long time because I feel like I need experience more the human connection in a way that probably will give me another perspective on what kind of life we're in pure time, because my work is usually online. I have so many work online, and I haven't met a lot of people that I'm meeting with, and then a lot of transaction is online, international transaction. So technically, I don't really need to show up like in the real life because I don't speak the language. I don't really go out much. But because of this book, somehow it made me open up a little bit more about thinking about each moment I'm living, how I feel peaceful that I'm not moving, but even though I feel like the world around me is moving really fast, so many things are happening, but it doesn't necessarily means that I have to keep chasing it. So give me a peace of mind, 100%. And I did read a Substack article. If you're interested, you can go take a look. I have the text, the link underneath. If you're interested, please go take a look. It is about more depth. I have some quotes here I want to read to you. So basically, I wanted to explain a little bit what this book about, why it's so fascinating for me. They're talking about the time, right? The couple of stages that we're in, how technology evolves. Of course, this book is really positive about technology, which is not really like, it's not like I'm not 100% agree with every single thing they say, but it did give me another perspective for me to look at the technology from another way. And I'm always positive about technology, but I do think the negative part about it right now. And because we're all in it, so somehow I feel like I need to be more cautious of the things I see online and of the things I read and of the things I experience. Everything is all connected, you know what I mean? So they're talking about the first stage, atoms and rocks, took billions of years to develop, and DNA took millions of years. Brain took hundreds of thousand years. Technology took 1,000 years. And now, because of AI, things are changing in decades, then years. In the near future will be months. Can we catch up with all the technology in months? That's the question I think we have to keep in mind, because it's kind of scary if you think about what could happen in a couple of months in the future, that every new thing gonna pop up very easily, and it can be exciting and scary at the same time. And also on the book, they're talking about how we in the near future can replicate our brain, 100% replicate our brain. And then the author believed that's us. Maybe I'll have another um, live streaming just to talk about that. But do you think that's you? Do you think the replicates of your brain is you? So for the author is pretty positive about it. I think it's kind of fascinating topic to dive into. But I will have to read everything and talk about, because I'm interested in the identity. I'm interested in self awareness, and a lot of topics about, upload your, I watched the whole season of the upload. I don't even know, you upload your brain and you're living like a virtual life even after you die, and a lot of Black Mirror kind of theory, but it's not that far from us, which is kind of scary. At the same time, I feel like I wrote this on the Substack article. I'm an individual on this planet, and my experience of the world, how I create, how I think, how I move through time, that doesn't have to be defined by the speed of everything around me. Especially at this time, I don't want it to affect by the speed of everything around me, because I can feel it, but I can see it as an outsider. I really do think I can. Please let me know what you think, because I want to know more people's lifestyle. We're not in a time that everyone's having the similar kind of lifestyle and the work environment anymore. A lot of people have a couple of jobs and very different kinds of jobs, and you can make money with all kinds of way. So what is your lifestyle? I'm just curious. If you're creative, is that you have one way to make money and then you have your own spare time just to do the things you love, which is kind of combined with different skill set, or there must be different kind of way to be alive, to survive, and then to thrive in this age, these time periods, right? And then what the book was talking about, what stage are we in right now? So we're in stage 4, transitioning into stage 5, which is right at the edge of humans and technology beginning to merge. It is already happening. Because when the author was talking about AI a long time ago, like in the first book, 2003, he was predicting to like later than 2026 about this crazy AI happening, and because people are using AI for a very long time already, for since ChatGPT started, probably over a year to 3 years, every words we type into the ChatGPT and all the AI software, the we are giving a lot of data. So it actually helps accelerate all the process of making AI more efficient, and then the things that are doing going to be more crazy in the near future. And we cannot control that. That's one thing that I don't really quite feel positive about it. But at the same time, we're not that different. Everyone kind of in the same stage at this moment. So um what I think is very important, why I'm doing, even when I'm doing this every week with the live streaming, even though sometimes I know there are not many people click on it, or I don't have quite a lot of new audience to watch my video, because live streaming is not like long video sometimes, because I have SEO people searching, but live streaming is more for the community. But for me, live streaming is more real. I don't cut my words. I feel more real when we just talk about the things I think at this moment. It helps me to organize my thoughts, and it's really helped me to um, documenting everything. It's my process of experiencing that period of time. Yes, I may not get viral. That's even so far from my life. I may not get a lot of subscribers this time, but I believe over time, what I'm doing, what I experience, because I talk what I love to do. Actually, a lot of people ask me why I can keep making videos on YouTube. Isn't that tiring? To me, yeah, sometimes I do feel a little bit drained, but most of the time I am very passionate to talk about things I'm interested in, because it's a way to experience. It's like almost some artists documenting the work. I use this chance to documenting the things I can notice and then show up on my timeline, and I find it interesting. Or some audience show me the book and I read about it. That's all part of the experience, and that consists combine, and I collect, and it's just all part of the process. I really enjoy every single process of this whole experience. And even right now, when I talk to almost like one to person here, it is part of the experience, and I'm totally enjoying. I hope that's what your life is as well. Instead of chasing everything and feel anxiety about things, you are enjoying what you're doing at the moment, not because you want to show off or try to be efficient and try to catch up. It's really because you wanted to totally immerse yourself into that moment and love what you do. So also in this book, a scientist named Wolfram discovered with certain system you cannot predict where things end up without going through every single step. So collect talk, like I said, making a video is like my practice and my process to find my own taste. So I want to see at the end of the 100 days video, or all this video from my through my specific lens, that I want to talk about human taste. Can I find this pattern for myself? Can I find my specific taste that can touch someone? And then how that will plays out, probably within 1 2 3 months. I cannot really see many progress, but probably in the next few years, if I keep doing the same thing, as long as I still see the value into it, there will be this pattern of growth. I'm growing, my taste is growing, my audience is growing, my way of seeing is growing. So everything is going upwards, in my opinion. And then I'm not going to talk too much about this idea of identity, like a digital copy of your brain and stuff, but I wanted to dive deep into that topic and discuss that with you guys in the future. So the writer really wants to use technology. He truly believes the technology can transcend human limitations. So you can give human more ability to do a lot of things that we never thought we can do, which is pretty fascinating. If you're interested in like how technology can be super positive in the future and then giving our life another layer, you should definitely read this book just to give a try and see how you feel about it. And I have I come out with this two-side of argument about what AI, if AI have taste or not, based on this textbook, because they talk a lot about neuroscience, how our brain works, and how AI was trained step by step. So one argument is that yes, AI will have taste one day. If we connect AI to enough human experience, give it a body, let it live in the world, the author would say he believed eventually the line between human intelligence and machine intelligence blurs completely. So if a neural cortex is just pattern recognition and we can replicate that, then we can replicate taste too. But I more towards the no answer. So taste is not just about pattern recognition, because taste is way more than that. It's more about our experience of when we're in love with something, the caring about something, like I said, more mortality, like from the fact you won't live forever, so certain things matter to you. We know we're not going to live forever in this world. Unlike AI, will never die. So we will have taste that's different than machine, 100%. So I don't think the replication will work in this way. But I don't know. If you have other argument, you can comment my video. I love to hear your opinion. But we are all conscious individuals. We're both shaped by the world and shaping it together. Every creative decision we make and every piece of work we put in the world matters in the larger story more than we realize. I think every single person, like I do think when we post something online, I may not watch one creator every video, but it may pop up in my timeline. If that thought of idea that really touches me, that's my taste of the content that I wanted to watch. And then it may change the way, shifted a little bit the way I think about the world or my creative process. So I think that matters. That work matters, even though the effect is not 100%, like a viral idea or like a super powerful idea. But it can be, so your creative process, the way you experience things is to you. But the things that you start to show into the world, that's also powerful in so many ways. That's why I believe. Um, of course, the problem, I listed problem because I don't want to feel careless about how AI is rolling out right now. That there is not enough conversation about who's controlling it and what we're gonna have in the next few years. What AI is doing to our creativity, to the culture, and which means, like right here, individual creatives are left navigating something enormous, enormous with very little protection and guidance, because we just like all of us just kind of go through this period of time without nobody tell us what is supposed to do and what is the right way to do. There is no guidance for anyone, and it seems like it's everyone just go blind and keep going, and when there's one two show up, we just keep trying it. We don't know if if I keep going further and if this two gonna help me in the long term, or but that's my fear, one of my fear. But I want to keep everything positive as I always do, because I still want to be playful. I still want to have fun, because after all, technology is a tool, and I want it to be a tool to like help me create more, to have the eager to play more in the future. So if we're in this together, I love to hear more people's opinion, of course, but at the same time, I really think we should focus more on like the moment of what we do and let the world running on its crazy wheel. if we cannot control the big power above us, then we should keep collecting and see from outside perspective and see what's going to happen in the few years. Yes, it will be outside our imagination, that's for sure. And yes, at this period of time, I find it's pretty boring. Even for my live streaming, I feel like I don't have a lot of fun things to talk about, but I do have a lot of notion about things, philosophy, thoughts about everything, and I do want to bring it up. Maybe somehow it touched someone's heart, or it maybe makes some people realize, oh yeah, actually it can be this way, I can live this way. And yeah, even as the image I collect recently, it's a lot about, you can feel the time in the image. These images recently have touched me really hard by some reason. um the shadow, and then the time, the slowness. So I really want to be more slow. I feel like I'm that kind of person, maybe since the beginning. When other people is being competitive, I just want to be slow. I want to slow down. I want to take more time. And I feel really relaxed and happy lately. I don't know if you can see, I'm really happy. And then, um, so I want to spread this feeling with you guys, and just to give some ease into whoever watching this video. Keep going, keep doing the things you like, but more like in the ease way, not the chasing way, not the anxiety feeling. And I hope somehow it helps. Yeah, thank you so much for your time, and I'm really happy to see more of your guys work. And I'm checking online a lot of like videos I know, like on the Instagram post I see. So keep going, and then I'm happy to see more. And like, I hope to see you guys next week. If they don't find anything exciting to talk about, I want to dive deep into the identity and the digital copy of brain. But if I didn't finish the book, I'll probably do it the week after. But anyway, thank you so much for your time, and see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.